Welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing this evening? How are y'all? Did y'all get some dinner? Thanks for first, Mike. Faith got second. Ready got third. Looks like I got tributes from Mike and Faith and Dennis and Cody. Oh, hi, Major. How are you? Welcome in. Did you get some dinner? How dare you forget it was Monday, Reddy? How dare? 11 months, Cody. Damn. Time flies. Thank you for the resubscribe. Oh, you've tolerated my bullshit. I mean, that's fair. Not had proper dinner yet. I mean, that's fair. Also, I think it was more of a 1920s jazz reference, not Avatar. But here we are. Okay, so I picked a script to do. It sounds very cute and kind of fitting because we just had a storm roll through. And then Discord decided they want to listen to me read fucking what's it called? The Day the World Ended by Sax Rohmer. Which apparently just entered public domain. So we should be good. Should be good. How are you? How was your Monday? Hopefully it went well. Did you do anything fun for the weekend? I feel like I'm very loud right now, but here we are. Oh, you can kind of hear the thunder. There was a big clap of thunder earlier. Whole house shook. Kind of sounded like a bomb went off. Fel was not amused. Flaming hot man is dark line from Avatar Lost Airbender. Okay. Oh, baby. So no fun plans for the weekend. No dinners. Faith, how are you? Welcome in. Did you get dinner? So far, nobody has answered the dinner thing other than Mike hasn't really had dinner. This thing gets so weird when I look too far over. We got mac and cheese with chicken. Nice, nice. Every once in a while I crave mac and cheese and hot dogs. But it's fine. Okay, I suppose we should get the script recorded so that we can get into the book. Do we like this music to go with everything? Can get a frozen supreme pizza. That's fair, that's fair. Frozen pizza sometimes hits the spot. Okay, so it's a vibe. Okay, did she? Looking on the bright side of a rainy day. Tags are rain, established relationships, slice of life, comfort for bad weather, singing, dancing, kissing. Baby boy, I gotta come pet you. Hi, Dennis, how are you? Welcome in. Did you get some dinner? Oh yeah, you gave me a tribute too, huh? Cute little baby, yeah. It's very cute. Oh, day baby. I'm gonna pet you. Hi. Sorry. We petted the baby. Now you can see his little white spot on his tummy. Yes. Oh, hi, Marky. How are you? Welcome in. Did you get some dinner? Thanks for the tribute. Okay. So we have a cute little ASMR script to do. A little safer work. 1,200 word script. You got some pizza. What kind of pizza? Was it yummy? Hopefully it was yummy. Okay. Tones and parentheses, giddy sweet fluster, starting sound effects, rain, and waves. Okay. Salmon mushroom was very yummy. That sounds like an interesting combination. I don't know that I would enjoy that. It's at least a 1,200. So the vibe I'm getting from this is we start on the beach and then get in the car. Yeah, sounds like this is mostly in the car. Oh, there's some kissing. It's a good thing I took some, we went to, yeah. In the car, looks like we're eating some stuff. Some cute back and forth. Beach episode. By God, what equation did you use to come up with that? Cute, cute. Man, there is a whole lot of kissing in this. It's fine. It's fine. We'll be fine. Okay, should we switch over and get started? Away we go. Kissing. I know, right? How dare. How dare. I don't think he'll die. He'll definitely be impacted though. Here's somebody putting their trash can out. I feel like the music is too quiet. I feel like I should switch back to something else. What do I want to listen to? That's an excited scream. Noted. This one will work. I think that should work better. Yes. Okay. Let's make you smaller so I can see better. Okay. So, we open to the sound of rain, footsteps, as you and the listener run to the car. Oh boy. This one, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Watch your step. Watch your step. There's a dip in the sand right around here. And the little wall's coming up. Shoot, where's the car? Do you see it? There it is. Run! Run! Oh my god. The keys. The keys. Do you have them? Wait. Yeah. Do you mean we'll hear how it goes? Yeah, kinda. We're gonna just get rid of this real quick. That was too much. Too much noises. I don't know if this sounds the way I want it to sound. We'll see. Okay. We hear the sound of the car, opening, closing of doors. The rain sounds dampening you. Pause to catch your breath. Okay. Oh my god. The keys. The keys. Do you have them? Wait. Yeah. Oh, let's get warm. Oh, what an adventure that was. Fucking hell. That rain just came out of nowhere. What the hell? I know it's been hot and sunny, and I said we could use some rain, but I didn't mean right this second. Jeez, Hey, sunshine, what's wrong? Are you okay? What? What for? Why? Baby, it's not your fault it's raining. You've got nothing to be sorry for. Heavy breathing? I mean, not really. What is that? I don't know what that is, but it needs to go away. Same with that. What do we suppose this is? That's just straight up mouth noise. My mouth is very mouth noisy tonight, apparently. Okay, what is this? Mouth noises, mostly. And some external noises. Away we go. Someone, this is already hitting. Mouth is mouthing. I know, right? How dare the mouth do the mouth things? What is this? That was big mouth noise. Big mouth noise. We're not mouth noising like that. That is horrendous. What are you doing? Just rude of you. That is also mouth noise. Holy. That's what I get for not drinking enough water. No, give me that. Bitches. This second. Jeez, we love when the mouth mouths. I like how so many of you now hear bitches in my voice. It's great. What the hell? Okay, now I can run a declicker on this, but I didn't want to run it this heavily. This quickly. That wasn't even me. That was something else. Hey, you for the care package, Mike. Bitches has infiltrated your life? Oh no, not the bitches. Not the bitches. Falco's little paw hanging out the box. It's so cute. Okay. We did bitches things. That was just big breath. We don't need big breath in here. We're gonna. Out you go. I'm thinking if I edit this along the way, it will get it edited faster. I feel like I also kind of need like a beach PNG for this. What are we thinking? Your bitches and murder in your voice now. Even someone else says that's why you're in charge of the audio, because I haven't heard any of the things you've gotten rid of. At all? Really? For real? Watch your step. Watch your step. There's a dip in the sand right around here. And the little wall's coming up. Shoot, where's the card? Do you see it? There it is. Run, run. Oh, that was a mouth noise. Right here. You don't hear that at all? Dennis. Are you being for real right now? You don't hear that at all? Yes, that one we're gonna ignore because it's in the middle of a thing. That's gonna be too hard. Oh my god. The keys. Do you have them? Wait. That's another one. We're getting a crash course in mouth noise listening. Oh my god. The keys. Do you have them? Wait. Yeah. That's one. Oh, you probably can't even hear that. You don't notice them until I point them out in general. Okay, well. It's fine. Oh, let That's so bad. No, sir. Oh, let's get warm. Oh, let's get warm. Oh, No, we're just gonna redo that. I don't like the way that sounds. I'm gonna have to do so many sound effects for this. My family makes very dramatic mouth noises, so it's hard for me to notice. Ooh, gross. My little sister sometimes makes really loud mouth noises, and but also it's something about my little sister that everything she does is just annoying. So, that's gonna happen. Okay. Oh, let's just get warm. Oh, what an adventure that was. Fucking hell, that rain just came out of nowhere. What the hell? I know it's been hot and sunny, and I said we could use some rain, but I didn't mean right this second. Jeez. Hey, sunshine, what's wrong? Are you okay? Yeah, you guys can barely hear that. This is all mouth noise. You can't hear it, but you can see it. Come up with one specific sound effect. What sound effect is that, Dennis? The fun one? There's lots of fun ones. Okay, so we started that whole section over again. Oh. Let's just get warm. Actually, we'll just take this and paste you over here. Pa-da-da! Gonna plank until failure. Try it at some point. It's gotta be over on Instagram and stuff by now. It's basically people recording themselves planking until failure. I don't know if you've ever done a plank, Dennis, but do a plank till failure and you'll get what we mean. Oh, what an adventure that was. Fucking hell. Don't leave it. Fucking hell, that rain just came out of nowhere. What the hell? I know it's been hot and sunny, and I said that was so bad. Hold up. Where was that? But I didn't mean... I know it's been hot and sunny, and I said this one. I think it's right there. We're gonna do that. The whole section. Oop, too far. I know it's been hot and sunny, and I said we could use some rain, but I didn't mean right this second. Jeez. Hey, sunshine, what's wrong? Are you okay? Holy N. Nope, over and over. What's wrong? Are you okay? I think that's the sound effect you were thinking of? What sound effect were you thinking of? Okay. I don't even have any water in here. Oh no, an ad break's coming. Flavored water will do, right? Right. Okay. Cute. Sparkling water? Yeah. From Aldi. It doesn't taste like spicy trash. Originally thinking of the kissing sound effect. Oh, okay. Okay, on we go. Hey, sunshine, what's wrong? Are you okay? What? What for? Oh my god, my stomach just made the loudest noise. You definitely did not hear that, but I heard it. Hey, sunshine, what's wrong? Are you okay? What? What for? Why, baby? It's not your fault it's raining. You've got nothing to be sorry for. Did you forget? You did check the weather. Close enough. I had no Dr. Pepper today. You guys are being lewd thinking of other one. Hey, we're about to hold some hands in this video, or in this audio, okay? What else will we think of? Did you forget? You did check the weather. This morning, when we were in the kitchen, there was maybe a 5% chance of rain. Plus, the sky looked clear when we left. And this shit just happens. It's not a big deal. Hey, thank you for the follow, Water. Enjoy your stay. Oh shit, handhold. I know, how lewd, right? How lewd. Okay. Left. And this shit just happens. It's not a big deal. And I think we're having a nice date still. I'm having fun at least. And if you're not, that's more on you than me. Nope, I said that wrong. Left. And this shit just happens. It's not a big deal. And I think we're having a nice date still. I'm having fun at least. And if you're not, that's more on me than you. Psh, I'm not scared of a little water, and the car seats will dry. The food's probably fine too. Let's see. Oh, I'm not. It is. Pff, you are. Not really. What? Also, hi, ready. How are you, Mugman? Did you get some dinner? What is this? What is making the ticking noises? You're not responding to me? Wow. Wow, ready. I see how it is. How rude. How rude. Who would do such? I know, right? Who would want to talk to me? Pff, imagine. Nah. You are here, Dennis. Oh my god. Why are you two interchangeable? You are here, ready. Your heart raised? Why? At least it wasn't unready. Fuck. Unready is a menace. Wow. I did acknowledge you, Betty. How dare. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. I just got two little kiddos running around doing the things. Okay. I don't think the sparkling water's helping with the mouth noises. You're even licking me? How dare. Okay. The food's probably fine too. Let's see. See? Am I right? Or am I always right? I think everything in here is dry. A little thrown around because we just started tossing things in the basket as soon as we felt rain, but dry and sand-free nonetheless. Though, you know what? I did forget my sandals, I think. Didn't we put them on the corner of the blanket so it wouldn't flip? Oh, then the beach has definitely claimed them now. A tribute to Poseidon. Mouth noises, so forgetful. Come on, Jen, get better. We were in a rush, okay? It was a lot. Okay. Get all y'all trimmed out. Too many noises. Get better. I'm trying, man. See? Am I right? Or am I always right? I think everything in here is dry. A little thrown around. Thanks for the tribute, ready. As soon as we felt rain, but dry. And did I hear what I think I heard? I think I did hear what I think I heard. Where are we at? Here? Is this where I think I heard it? But dry. It is. Right there. I found it. Jenna speaking without speaking. There are two. Oh boy. You're welcome. But dry and sand free nonetheless. What was that noise? Other than mouth noises. That was a lot of mouth noises. She's a ventriloquist. Reddy isn't ready for this. Why isn't Reddy ready for this? And sand free nonetheless. Though, you know what? The fuck keeps making that clicking noise though? Is that a cat? No, it's the roommate. So I don't want to be a mission against mouth noise. Not a one-woman mission. Reddy's not here usually. Reddy's usually working. No. You know what? I did. Why isn't Reddy working this evening? You know what? I did forget my sandals, I think. Didn't we put them on the corner of the blanket so it wouldn't flip? Oh, then the beach has definitely claimed them now. Okay. You need to get going. Thank you. Goodbye. You also need to get going. Thank you. Goodbye. That'll do. That'll do. What the fuck are you? Random ass noise. That's what it is. It's fine. Goodbye. Oh, then the beach has definitely claimed them now. A tribute to Poseidon. Her tummy noises that time. Day off. Also didn't have anything to do. Oh. So you're only here because you didn't have anything to do? Ready. You're only here because you had nothing better to do? Sad day. There's two jets, so technically it's two goddesses. Val's just chilling. Okay. So we did tribute to Poseidon and left. There's recorded Jen and Jen. There's two of us. What are you gonna do about it? Also, I did not pull out any of my fidget things, so I don't have to worry about them being in the audio. We can pull them out when I start reading, and then I can just sit there and play with them while I read. Okay, now, a tribute to Poseidon. What? Don't worry about it, baby. Those were cheap from the dollar store. Now, what I could maybe be worried about... Oh, heck yeah! You threw our phones in the basket. Here's yours. Now we get a weather alert. Great timing. Why would I be disappointed? You did not. Oh my God. This right here, that's tummy noises. Tummy noises. Rude. How dare it? Mouth noises. What are we? You're fine. Just trying to get rid of the heinous mouth noises, right? Ready's not ready. You're fine, Ready. There is Jen, the all-knowing. I don't know everything. I don't even know a fraction of everything. What? Don't worry about it, baby. Those were cheap from the dollar store. Now, what I could maybe be worried about... Oh, heck yeah. Look at all those mouth noises. Oh, sorry guys. I guess I'm fine. You're fine. You'll be okay, baby. Okay, let's keep it up that one. Then move you up a little bit and move over. How do I feel about that? Oh, that'll work. That'll work. We should not start a religion around me. No, thank you. You have ways of getting information. Do I? I feel like no. What I could maybe be worried about... Oh, heck yeah. You threw our phones in the basket. Here's yours. Now we get a weather alert. Great timing. Why would I be disappointed? Uh-oh. Reddy's never mind. Reddy's in trouble. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Great timing. Why would I be disappointed? Baby, I'm spending my day off with you, which is exactly what I wanted. So? I don't care if we're having a picnic on the beach or eating 7-Eleven taquitos in my car, so long as I'm with you. Especially with you so close, in arm's reach, perfect kissing distance. But how am I going to make all my Gen Plus historical? No. How do you do a soft and steady kiss? I feel like I should not put that on Twitch. Baby, I'm spending my day off with you, which is exactly what I wanted. So? I don't care if we're having a picnic on the beach or eating 7-Eleven taquitos in my car, so long as I'm with you. Especially with you so close. Holy nose noise. I know y'all can't hear shit, but it's fine. I can hear it and that's all that matters. It's fine, we fixed it. Especially with you so close, in arm's reach, perfect kissing distance. Oh, hi, baby boy. You gonna come away with me? My dumb pretty boy. Don't you just need to come sit in front of the computer? You needed some attentions. Dennis is gonna say he needs attentions. I don't think Dennis will fit on my desk, though. No, I don't think he will. It's not as compact as you are, pretty boy. Am I reading your mind, or are you repeating a pattern? You can make him compact. How are you going to make Dennis compact ready? Are you going to fold him like a pretzel? Tie him up all nice and neat? Pretty little bow for me? You'll add a bow. Wrap it around him nice and tight. If it's in the right spot, it'll provide good blood flow restriction. And some ribbons. The garbage cube from Monster Inc. I don't know that I remember that one. My baby. I'm already halfway there. I just need to be cube shaped. Did you just call yourself trash, Dennis? Is that what I just heard? No. We aren't trash. We are people. We deserve better. Flexibility is always good to have. Same with mobility. They are not the same. Should I just pop, pretty boy? Hey, pretty girl, may you come here? I'm getting down, baby. Okay. Okay. Oh, my tummy made noises again. Okay. Where? Perfect kissing distance. Oh god, I gotta kiss my hand. I gotta kiss, guys. Last time I made kissing noises, somebody told me they were wet sounding. And now I'm kind of paranoid about it. Oh, my tummy keeps making noises. It's fine. It's fine. You know what? No, we should do the kissing off stream. That feels a little awkward. That's good, Mike. Boring. Bruh, it's Twitch. Yeah, ready? You're twitching? Noted. There's worth saying, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay. We're ready. In arm's reach. Perfect kissing distance. Holy mouth noises, Batman. I'm gonna leave it. It's fine. Kissing has so many noises. It's fine. Oh my god. Y'all are sometimes the worst. Nope. Oh, nope, we're not. We're just gonna start recording. I don't want to hear myself kissing anymore. I love you. Feeling better? Good. Because I'm having a great time personally. This is nice in its own way, don't you think? This, the sound. Listen. Oh, that's so much silence. I do 10 to 15 seconds of silence to listen to the rain. Okay, so we're starting at 4:07. Starting after that. There's nothing. There is nothing. We're supposed to be listening to the rain. Okay, so there's 10. A little more than 10. Isn't it relaxing? I could nap here like this. No, I don't like that. I don't like the way that turned out. We need to fix it. Ready loves being ready for this. You're okay now? Noted. Noted. Isn't it relaxing? I could nap in here like this. No, I think we're safe. We haven't seen any lightning or heard any thunder so far. I don't think those are the right clouds for it. It's just rain. It's just, there's a car. And that's more fun being unready. I'm sure if there was something said, I'd be. Well, what's the something being said? Good job. It's just rain. It's just Mother Nature. No, that was wrong. That was bad. It's just rain. It's just Mother Nature saying, let's get some good lightning and music up in here. That's lighting and music. That is wrong. It's just rain. It's just Mother Nature saying, let's get some moonlighting and music up in here. She's a real that's not the words. Just Mother Nature saying, let's get some moonlighting and music up in here. She's a real wing woman like that. How are you, baby? Want me to adjust the heater? Are you cold? You know it might warm you up. Getting out of those wet clothes. Sharing body heat. It's fine. We're fine. You know it might warm you up. Getting out of those wet clothes. Sharing. That's mouth noise right there. I found you. Sharing. Oh, now it's painting time. Out of those wet clothes. Sharing body heat. Damn, I had to try though. There's not that much sand. It's mostly all on the ground now anyway. A little on the seat maybe. It's okay, that's what vacuums are for. That's tomorrow's problem when it's dry. So there's no point in thinking about it now. Do you see the blueberries? Thank you. Damn, people cleared out of here pretty fast, huh? There weren't a lot of people, but there were some, I think. Now their cars are gone. The rain must have really spooked them. I don't think they're smart. I think they lack whimsy or the ability to pivot. Like I said, this is nice. Really, really nice. Yes, it is supposed to be on the ground. Change the direction of the audio for flames. I mean, I could, but also it's not my script. Okay. Now, we need how many? Oh, that was so far. Whoops. Okay, better. I need 30 seconds of breathing. Rain. Okay, I can do that. Do we want to listen to me breathe on the mic? Is that what? I feel like I need to do that as a separate track though. Because I can edit out breaths and stuffs. No. Yes. Maybe. It's just gonna be straight up breathing. Okay. What's your step? Oh, I forgot to mute it. Hold up. We're gonna start that over. Hi, baby. What are you doing? Wait. You're fine, ready. Oh, we gotta lick the butt. Is it grooming time? Am I stuck in non-recording jail? Is this what's happening? I said that and he just stopped and stared. Sweats nervously. You do this. Sunny, bud. Are you coming to lay with me or do you need down? What's up, baby boy? I'd do the same. I'll be fine. Eye contact and everything? Noted. Ready likes eye contact while you breathe. Do you need me to wipe your butt or something? What's going on? Are you okay? Oh, Shorzy, how are you? Welcome in. Did you get some dinner? No, yes. That was not an offer for real. That was an offer for Phil. Because he's my baby boy. Aren't you, baby? Shh, what? Ready? Oh. That was for the winning question. Noted. See, we're done driving home. That's fair. Have a safe drive. Have a good dinner, pretty boy. Have a good dinner. Can you go lay in your box, baby? Hmm. Yes, ready. Zip what? What am I zipping? Or unzipping? Hmm. It's a yummy pretty boy. Hmm. It's exactly what we wanted. Hmm. Hmm. Dennis looking for you. Yes, Dennis is looking for you. I don't know that he'll lick your butt, but he'll lick you. Silly Dennis. Your nose itchy as hell. What's up, pretty boy? Hmm. Dennis will not lick the cat. Noted, noted. But Dennis will lick me. Noted, noted. You go lay in your box. We're back to licking. I don't know what he's trying to lick, but he's licking his forearm. Oh, is your face itchy? Oh, finally. Finally, what, ready? Do you not like when I talk to my pretty baby boy? Hmm? What? Hmm? I feel like that's a yes. Randy likes when I talk to my pretty baby boy. Just gotta clean himself real well. What are you scared? It's okay, Randy. We'll walk you through it. It's not that scary. Made it looking, baby. No, not yet. It's me. I'm Jen's pretty baby boy. Thought you were the pretty kitten, Dennis. Oh, so it's specifically the word baby. Randy just wants pretty boy. No. What? Why is it always during stream, pretty boy? Why is it always bath time during stream? I mean, at least you like to get clean. We like a good clean boy. Washing all the nooks and crannies, cracks and crevices. Oh, you're back, pretty boy? Or do you want down? Jen, you are being mean, and it's mean. I'm talking to my cat. What are you doing, ready? You good, baby? Talking to you? Okay, so I gotta do the breathing. That's what I gotta do. Oops, that was not what I wanted. Let's copy this. Let's come down here. We can at least make my 30 seconds of breathing, right? Are you done, baby? 20, 40. That'll do. You word my things very accurately. I don't know how to feel about that. Yes. Yes, what? If this were in an apartment setting, I could probably get away with fell licking. Right? Because there could be a cat in the apartment. Who knows? Looks like we might be done licking. Time for some breathing. Okay. Music's really nice. Noted. I think that was the fly. There's a fly flying around here. Unmute that. Rename. Breathing. 10 out of 10 breath session. Dinks. I'm trying real hard. Dude, my stomach needs to shut up. It's being so very loud. Okay, I need to come back here. Grab you, put you two together. Join you. Okay. We're gonna leave that separate so that he can layer it in as he sees fit. Okay, breathing, rain. I know it's so loud, Phil. You're supposed to be my apex predator. You're supposed to hunt and kill. We're not doing a great job, man. It's okay. I love you anyway. No, there's a fly in here. I've mentioned it a few times. Okay. There's really no people out here. Which means, you know what would be fun? No, not that, you pervert. Get your mind out of the gutter. My God. Would you like to come out? and dance in the rain with me? You found one? Nice. What kind of toy? There's really no people out here. Which means... right there. Which means... You forgot what kind of toy you're gonna get? You know what would be fun? Bruh. No, not that, you pervert. Get your mind out of the gutter. My God. Would you like to come out and dance in the rain with me? How cute. Okay. Would you like to come out and dance in the rain with me? I'm serious. There's no one else here. There's no thunder. We're already soaked through and cold with sand on our legs. Why not? No idea whether we'll like it or not, but we have no idea if we don't try. They always make it look so fun in the movies, and honestly, I can't imagine it not being a great time if I'm doing it with you. Yeah? Alright, cool. Here, let me shove the basket in the backseat and all the blankets and stuff too. We'll leave the car on. We're not going far, and no one's here to steal it. Besides, it'll stay warm that way. Ready? Same time. 1, 2, 3. Holy fuck, that's cold. Oh my God, it was a warm day. Why is the rain so cold? No, no, no. We're already out here. We've leaped, so we've got to commit to the bit. Come here, beautiful. Can I have this dance? You're right, Reddy. Not you. Not this time. Okay, where did we leave? Right here. I'm serious. There's no one else here. There's no thunder. We're already soaked through and cold with sand on our legs. Why not? Why not? You hate bad Wi-Fi, that's fine, that's fair. Got scared to sound like I was gonna get got. What do you mean you were gonna get got? Sand on our legs. Got how? Why not? No idea whether we'll like it or not, but we have no idea. What the fuck is it clicking? We don't try. I keep hearing it clicking and it's bothering me. But we have right there. I don't know what it is. But we have no idea if we don't try. It's gonna get stolen. So fun in the movies, and honest. Security that. Honestly, we don't need that either. Honestly, I can't imagine it not being a great time if I'm doing it with you. Yeah? Okay, too much mouth noise. Get out of here. Yeah? Alright, cool. Here. Do y'all hear that? Alright, cool. Right there. I don't know what the... Is it just me moving around? It might be. Alright, cool. Here, let me shove the basket in the backseat and all the blankets and stuff too. We'll leave the car on. We're not going far, and no one's here to steal it. Besides... Boop, mouth noise. Did you hear that? That was mouth noise. You probably didn't. It's fine. I fixed it. Besides, it'll stay warm that way. Ready? Same time. Thanks for the tribute crown. 1, 2, 3. Out we went into the rain. Ooh, that was such a water mouth noise. Can get rid of that one. Holy fuck, that's cold. Oh my god, it was a warm day. Why is the rain so cold? No. We're already out here. We've lived, so we've got to commit to the bit. Come here, beautiful. Can I have this? She's so cute. Can I have this dance? Thanks for the tribute, Shadow. Okay. Thanks for the care package. Oh, goodness. Oh, this part's cute, too. I need to find a good humming song, though. I should not hum the bridal song. That would be a bad one. So it says you hum, sing along nonsensically to a song with occasional interjections as if doing so with a partner. Seems good. Sure how I am right now. That's fair, it's fair. Take care of yourself. Thanks for the alert crown. Chop suey. So, hum, sing along nonsensically to a song with occasional interjections as if doing so with a partner. The fuck does that mean? I might just leave it. Yeah, I think we'll just leave it and go on to the next word part. Chop suey doesn't really fit with this. But like, also, how would you interpret this? How would you act that out? Hum/sing along nonsensically to a song with occasional interjections. Interjections of what? I don't think that's how that means. Me neither. Okay. Like a song with two vocal parts? Ooh, maybe. The only one that's coming to mind is the love one. L is for the way you look. You know that one? Oh, we're almost done too. You don't know that song? Bro, how dare. Okay, anyway, we'll continue on to the bit. Come here, beautiful. Can I have this dance? Pick any song that suits your fancy, but some ideas to get you started are: Don't Rain on My Parade, Singing in the Rain, Umbrella, Have You Ever Seen the Rain? Oh, so it sounds like I hum part of the song, say the thing. I think I need to look up these songs. Don't Rain on My Parade. See? Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up these songs. to add some stuff to hum along. That suits your fancy. But some ideas to get you started are: Don't Rain on My Parade, Singing in the Rain, Umbrella. Have you ever seen the rain? Shoot, sorry, that was your toe. Spin This Way. Sing along if you're that much better. What was the next line? Oh, don't slip. Hold on. That's not the lyrics. You don't know what you're talking about. What is that dance move? Oh my god. Oh my god, there's rain in my butt crack. We probably look crazy. God, you're so cute. I love you so much. Especially looking like a drowned rat. That's even better, because then I can give you mouth to mouth. I've got you, baby. I'm coming to your rescue. Oh god, we kiss. Making fun of you. I am sorry. You need to work on those skills. Okay. Mouth to mouth. I've got you, baby. I'm coming to your rescue. I don't know how to do long passionate kisses in audio. It's fine. Oh, we're not doing that again though. I don't want to hear myself kiss. It's okay, Jen. We can practice it later. Thanks. I love you. This has been an amazing date. I could stay here forever. I swear, I am soaked to the bone. I can barely see you. I can't feel my toes and my ears are clogged. But I don't think I've ever been happier than I am in this moment. I am more in love with you than ever. More and more. Every second. You're perfect. Even if you're a terrible dancer. 'Cause you're a fantastic fucking kisser. It'll work. 'Cause you're a fantastic fucking kisser. Come here. And it fades to black. Okay. Well. Fuck, that means I gotta edit the kissing. Where did we start? Here. Can I have this dance? Okay, so I need to go through. Fuck. And where are we at? That one. Where did you do attached? Oh, you must be. Okay, let's join those. Zoom back in here. Cut that out. Okay. The expert on what? Any song that suits your fancy. But zoom in a little bit. Pick any song that suits your fancy. Kissing you some ideas to get you started are... Yeah. Don't rain on my parade. I'm definitely gonna have to look up humming these. Singing in the rain. Umbrella. I don't know the umbrella song. Umbrella? Have you ever seen the rain? Let's get rid of that. Okay, shoot. Sorry, that was your toe. Spin. I'm gonna need to also get some laughter put in here. Spin this way. Sing along if you're that much better. What was the next line? Oh, hi, Apollo. How are you? Welcome in. Did you get some dinner? Oh, don't slip. Hold on. What are you up to? Oh, fell snoring. Pretty baby boy. Oh, don't slip. Hold on. That was unnecessary. We don't need that part. That was just a lot of mouth noise. Oh, don't slip. Hold on. Yes. That's not the lyrics. You don't know. That's also a lot of mouth noise. How dare it? Give me that much mouth noise. Pff, pff. Let's drop it down. Hey, thank you for the follow, Wolfman, enjoy your stay. Okay. That's not the lyrics. You don't know what you're talking about. What is that dance move? Oh my god. Okay. You did. You shoved tacos in your face. Ooh, what kind of tacos? Dance move. Oh my god. Did you have anything to go with the tacos? That sounds good, actually. Oh my god. There's rain in my butt crack. Rain down your butt crack's always an awkward feeling. Oh my god, there's rain in my butt crack. Ooh, chorizo tacos sound yummy. Can't say I've ever had those. Probably look crazy. I don't know what these sounds are. We probably look crazy. God, you're so cute. I love you so much. Especially looking like a drowned rat. That's even better. There was rain in my butt crack. I've got you, baby. We were coming to your rescue. We were dancing in the rain. Oh god, here's the part I don't want to listen to. It's fine. I've got you, baby. I'm coming to your rescue. I love you. This has been an amazing date. I could stay here forever. Really? Right there. That's what the fuck. What are you? You're a noise that should not be here. I could stay here forever. I swear, I am soaked to the bone. I can barely see you. I can't feel my toes and my ears are clogged. But I don't think... Holy mouth noise. It's fine. But I don't think I've ever been happier than I am in this moment. I am... okay, what are you two? You're a lot of mouth noise as well. I am more in love with you than ever. More. Are those fell snores? Is that what I'm picking up in the audio? More and more. Those might be fell snores. You're perfect. Even if you're... What the hell? Even if you're a terrible dancer. Because you're a fantastic fucking kisser. Come here. Fade out. Okay. We have another audio. Finished. Save project. Dish one. Overall, this is the bright side of rain. Sure, we'll go with that. Too many. That'll work. Save whole project. Okay. We ready to read a book? Swap back over to here. Bring the book up. Pretty boy's over there sleeping. He's snoring so good. Do I want this one or do I want? Okay, we ready for this? The Day the World Ended by Rohmer. He had 3 days in which to save the world. Chapter 1. I am given 3 days. Brian Woodville. I sat up in bed with a start. Pitch darkness prevailed in my apartment, but, staring intently out of the alcove in the direction of the half-shuttered windows, I could just discern a faint difference in the gloom. Beyond was the balcony. Beyond that, the gardens. I reached up for a hanging switch and lighted my bedside lamp. The room was empty. No sound was audible except a distant rippling from the little stream at the foot of the gardens and the intimate ticking of my wristwatch. Thanks for the tribute, Weather. Welcome in. How are you? Did you get some dinner? I raised my pajama sleeve and glanced at the dial. Just 3 o'clock. Silence. Emptiness. Yet, a cold, commanding voice had called me by my name. Or had I dreamed? Dreamed vividly? Brian Woodville. This time, I was not dreaming. I leaped out of bed in a flash, my heart beating rapidly. With concrete things I can cope moderately well, but this voice, the voice of one not a yard removed, was frankly, starkly, something of another world. My mode of life had trained me to action, and, conscious of a sensation which I can only suppose presaged hysteria, I did what anybody else would have done. Knowing it to be useless, beside the point, I searched everywhere, feverishly. I tried the door. It was locked. I ran to the French windows, raised the shutters fully, and looked out on a deserted balcony. Not a soul was in sight. But as I re-entered, Brian Woodville, said the cold, inexorable voice, apparently at my elbow. You have 3 days. You will leave Baden-Baden within that time. This is the first warning. You have 3 days. Is that how you say that? Baden. Pronunciation. Yeah, Baden. Okay, well, we learned how to say a new word. Okay. The voice ceased. I dropped into an armchair beside the writing table. Perhaps this unfamiliar tension in my head had meant that I wanted to scream. Frankly, I think now that it did. Either I was at last face to face with what it loosely termed, that's not how you say that. Where was it? Right here. Either I was at last face to face with what is loosely termed the supernatural, or I was going mad. Action of some sort I have found to be the only antidote to panic of any sort. There was a bottle of whiskey and some soda water on the table. I brewed a drink. With exaggerated care and coolness, I filled and lighted my pipe. I had 3 days. Based panic stopper. For 5, 10, 15 minutes, I sat there considering the mystery from every conceivable angle. One thing was certain. Either it had been the product of some form of hypnotism with which I was not acquainted, or it had been produced by means of apparatus concealed in my apartment. I began an examination of the floors, walls, and furniture in search of A, a speaking tube, B, a radio fitting, but I found nothing. Dawn was stealing wanly through the slats of my shutters when at last I gave up. What did it mean? How the warning had been conveyed to me, I simply could not imagine. But that it was associated with my mission, equally, I could not doubt. The mission which I had undertaken so lightly. I had counted my Brazil expedition in quest of a white race said to survive far up a tributary of the Rio Negro, perilous enough, God knows. For although at long last I had got back, it was more by good luck than good management. Then there was the Sahara trek, fairly risky but successful. And now? Better late than never. I'm doing great. Just had fried chicken. Ooh, that sounds so yummy. I have not had dinner. We just started the book, like right when you came in. We did do a recording, a fun little beach date with a partner. It was cute. And there was a whole little intermission because Phil came back and had to take his pretty little bath. Yeah, baby boy. Don't give me that eyeball. I see that eyeball. But yeah, no, we just started the book. Why the eyeballs? Would it be helpful to have the text on screen? Do we want that? I can pull it up. So I didn't mention too much of the book. Yeah, we just started. I need to remind myself to put a note on YouTube to differentiate. So we're about 1:30 30. We swap to the book. I thought you had a physical book. No, I don't. I'm just reading it online. I can show it. I don't actually own this book. I own the Frankenstein one. I don't know if anybody would find that helpful or not. But yeah, no, we just got going. We're almost done with chapter 1. Lots of mouth noises tonight. It's kind of bugging me. Okay. When the Daily World had invited me to go back to... nope, that's not the right words. When the Daily World had invited me to go to the Black Forest, professional zest and personal inclination both urged acceptance. There was no danger attached to a holidays in these fruitful valleys. Tonight I had been disillusioned. I badly needed a rest. This was true, and the subject came within my province. In short, said the powers behind the Daily Word, this was clearly indicated as my job. I had undertaken it, and I had 3 days. The most gruesome of all superstitions known to man, vampires, had reappeared in Germany. The details were few and conflicting. A peasant had been found dead in the forest. Hey, welcome in, Raiders. How are you? How was stream? How was your ASMR? If you don't know already, I am Jenna Flames, just a saucy little redhead that's sometimes okay at flirting. We are currently in chapter 1 of The Day the World Ended by Rohmer. If you need a raid and run, feel free to do so. Go get some food, go get some water. Take care of yourselves. Do that lovely after stream care. We're gonna hang out and chill and read some more of this book. Finally, out of the basement and meeting a new ace. They let you out of the basement? Malin. Did we say you could come out? What the hell? Bedtime, Logan. Thanks for the lurk. Thanks for the raid, pray. Enjoy your sleeps. Right. You just get to join everybody else in my basement now. It's cozy, though. Okay. Where did we leave off? Here we are. The most gruesome of all superstitions known to man, vampires, had reappeared in Germany. The details were few and conflicting. A peasant had been found dead in the forest, exhibiting extraordinary symptoms of emaciation. Animals, also, and even birds. A number of witnesses spoke of a giant bat seen hovering over the trees. The locale it had proved impossible to trace more exactly than it was in the Black Forest. You're going to get to be let out of the cage. Dennis is so bad, so naughty. Armed with all the known facts, I had set out, and now found myself living, hitherto, very pleasantly, in the charming garden of Baden-Baden. Thus far, I had made little or no headway. There seemed to be a damnable conspiracy of silence among the people most likely to be of help. Few denied having heard the stories, but none seemed prepared to enlarge upon them. Several persons whom I spoke to crossed themselves and abruptly changed the subject. Was everybody who knew anything afraid to speak? If so, why? I had asked myself that question so recently as the previous evening. The voice in the night, perhaps, had answered it. You have 3 days. I have multiple kinds of cages, all to suit the needs. We have finished chapter 1. Okay. Chapter 2. Hey, thank you for the follow, Watermelon. Enjoy your stay. A waiter I had not seen before brought my breakfast. In the scented beauty and the sunshine, it was hard to recapture that horror of the night. As he stepped out on the balcony, shouldering a laden tray. "Good morning, sir," he greeted me cheerfully. "Good morning," I returned, and watched him deftly arranging my light repast upon the white cloth. During the restless hours which had intervened between the coming of that bodiless voice and sunrise, I had been thinking hard. I had bidden goodbye to the amused carelessness with which, thus far, I had regarded my Black Forest mission. Brazil had nearly... Those are words. Brazil had nearly put paid to my account, and I had stood fairly near the edge of beyond in the Sahara. But here, in a modern, fashionable town, I was up against something worse than ever. Nope. I was up against something worse than fever, cataracts, and poisoned arrows. Something harder to dodge than Arab bullets. Something very insidious. Its worst element being that I didn't know my enemies. "I'm hoping," I went on casually, "for a glimpse of one of the giant bats, which I hear have been seen in this neighborhood." Those words had an electric effect. The man perceptibly paused in Those are words, oh my god. Apparently, perceptibly is a difficult word. It's fine. The man perceptibly paused in his labors, but, quickly recovering himself, he set down the coffee pot, and, resisting his hands on the table... Resisting? Where did I come up with that? What the fuck? It's fun. But quickly recovering himself, he set down the coffee pot and, resting his hands on the table, looked into my eyes. "If you take my advice, sir," he said earnestly, "you will leave these things alone." "Why?" I challenged. He stood upright, bowed, and, "It is just my advice, sir," he said, smiled, bowed again, and went out. "Extraordinary fellow," I muttered. This constant evasion was getting on my nerves. Hitherto, it had merely provoked me, but after the inexplicable episode of the night, it began to assume a more sinister character. I felt lonely, and it was a different kind of loneliness from any loneliness I had known before. My plans for the day were vague. Where should I start? Whom could I question? One definite change I made when I presently set out for Hohenbaden. I had a well-tried Colt repeater on my hip. It seemed absurd in that pleasure valley under smiling skies. I had roamed the byways of Fez at midnight. I had returned to my quarters in Timbuktu under a setting moon, unarmed. Yet here I was, with merry German holiday makers about me, carrying a cargo of live shells. However, I had no occasion to use them. Feeling rather a fool and asking myself again and again, Could the warning have been an unusually vivid dream? I returned late in the afternoon to the Regal. I had seen nothing, and I had learned nothing. We are reading now. Okay. No, not reading. Ready. We are ready. Okay. One lunches early, but dines late in Baden-Baden. Tonight, I was one of the latest, but the head waiter had my table reserved. Having fared well, but sparingly, I found him at my elbow. "Everything satisfactory, sir?" he asked. I looked up, and his blue eyes met my inquiring stare unflinchingly. I had questioned Fritz, and had met him. Nope. And had met with the usual evasions. "Quite," I replied. The long, softly lighted dining room was nearly deserted. In a nearby lounge, the hotel orchestra played a Slavic dance. Fritz was of Prague, a great commercial center today, but of old the capital of the witch country. Bohemia still cherishes vampires, and I thought I knew why Fritz was reticent. You love that game? I mean, you're loving another game now. Pfft. Okay. But I did not know why his gaze wandered so strangely. I stared out of the window as he was staring. Beautiful gardens, unreally lovely in the dusk, backed by magically shadowed woodlands, lay before me. I could hear the laughing song of that tiny stream, crossed by a floral bridge almost directly in front of the window in which my table was set, from which those famous blue trout. Why did I put a T on that? Anyway, from which those famous blue trout are brought fresh to the dinner. Then I saw the tall, sinuous figure. Fritz was watching Madame Berg. You can love more than one game. You can. Certainly, she was worthy of inspection. For my own part, I like a woman to be slender, but there is a point at which the slender becomes definite. Bleh. I told Carrie, welcome in. Did you get some dinner? Where was I? There we are. But there is a point at which the slender becomes definitely the lean. My vision may lack those nuances which endow a Jacob Epstein, but I must confess that I look upon Madame Berg as lean. She was She was svelte to a degree, and if good taste is beauty, she was beautiful. She was graceful, white-skinned, had thin but very red lips, and perfect teeth. Her eyes certainly were magnificent. Bruh. How are we doing? What did y'all last hear? Because apparently I was muted. No, yes. Pull the typical streamer thing. Thought you were talking about her. Ooh, no. Okay, sweet. Did we hear about Madame Berg? My baby. and bohemian cherishing vampires. Something about lean. Okay. We can just start the whole paragraph over. It's fine. Certainly, she was worthy of inspection. For my own part, I like a woman to be slender, but there is a point at which the slender becomes definitely the lean. My vision may lack those nuances which endow a Jacob Epstein, but I must confess that I looked upon Madame Berg as lean. She was svelte to a degree, and if good taste is beauty, she was beautiful. She was graceful, white-skinned, had thin but very red lips and perfect teeth. Her eyes certainly were magnificent. As she went along the path toward the bridge, trailing a flame-colored scarf with incomparable indolence, she glanced aside, saw me, and waved her hand. We were slightly acquainted. Her raised arm, gleaming in the moonlight, seemed to possess separate volition, to be individual. I thought of an ivory serpent. But he's slightly acquainted, so he's seen her up close before. They've met. Turning, I trapped Fritz in the act of recomposing his expression. No, I said, smiling up at him. That is not the kind of vampire I mean. He started, then shrugged his shoulders and poured out what remained of a bottle of leap for milk. The willowy, swaying figure had disappeared. You never know, sir, he replied enigmatically. Who is she? I cannot say. She often comes here, and she spends much money. She is very attractive. He sighed. I looked at the blonde Bavarian, and I knew that Madame Berg's dark, lithe womanhood represented his ideal. Yes, I murmured reflectively. I suppose she is. I lost myself for a while in meditation, and when I returned to realities, Fritz had left me. That's the end of chapter 2. What do we think of the book so far? Thoughts, opinions? Are we enjoying it? We finished chapter 1. Chapter 2 began with the breakfast. They're short chapters. So chapter 1 was the visitor in the night. Okay, chapter 3. Very quiet. Those are words. Mouth do the things. Very quiet tonight, said I, glancing around the deserted bar. Yes. The barman set my liqueur before me. There is a dance at the casino. Ma, is that it? I studied George interestedly. Here was a possible source of information hitherto untapped. Barmen are students of humanity and reliquaries of strange secrets, for the cocktail breaks down reticence and makes the dumb speak. Nothing but dancing nowadays, he went on. I like dancing myself, but it's bad for business. Really? You surprise me. I should have thought it promoted thirst. Bah. George's expressive features registered scorn. They drink soft drinks, the dancing men. If it wasn't for the women, my train would be finished. I invited him to join me and broached the subject uppermost in my mind, tactfully. Holy shit. Words are getting hard. The effect was extraordinary. The man paused, siphon in hand, thumb on the lever, and stared at me in a way which I can only describe as reproachful. Then he glanced about the empty bar fearfully. At last, I shouldn't go in for that sort of thing, sir, he said, and squirted soda so nervously that some of his whiskey was lost. Not if you're on a holiday. Why? What is there to be afraid of? Craning over the counter to assure himself that no eavesdropper was near. Have you asked anybody else? Said he. Yes, I replied irritably. A dozen at least. Then, sorry as I shall be to see you go, sir, was George's astonishing remark. Take the Rheingold Express tomorrow. I don't know what you're talking about. George beckoned me closer and, have you seen the cemetery above town? He asked with apparent irrelevance and gestured to indicate its direction. I have not. It's full of new graves, said George. Good evening, sir. I started, turned, and found a man seated on the next stool to my own. Good evening. Beer, the newcomer responded. He nodded as our glances met. Very warm, he observed. He was Mr. Aldous P. Cluster. The presence of the middle initial indicates the American generation to which he belonged. He was lean, clean-shaven, axe-faced, and sallow. He wore a perpetual cigar, which was rarely alight. He had a perfect mane of well-brushed gray hair, and he dressed carefully, but badly. Very, I agreed. I was taciturn to the point of rudeness, and for two reasons. I strongly suspected him of having spied upon me in my conversations with George, and, as our eyes had met, his habitually languid expression had been assumed too late. Ooh, he was eavesdropping. Mr. Aldous P. Cluster had a regard like a gimlet. Gimlet? Gimlet. He was interested in me. Why? As I lighted a cigarette. Not dancing tonight? Oh no, that's him. Not dancing tonight, said he. And as he spoke, a possible explanation of his odd behavior occurred to me. On the previous evening, I had danced once or twice with Madame Berg. Cluster and Madame were apparently old friends. The theory presented itself that he was her lover, and a very jealous lover. I recalled his almost open rudeness to a good-looking and debonair Frenchman who had succeeded me as Madame's partner, and who had monopolized her throughout the rest of the evening. I dance very rarely, I said. The French acrobat makes up for you. Mr. Paul? Yes, he dances almost too well. My theory, I considered, had received confirmation. Cluster disliked any man who approached his charming friend. I glanced at him curiously as he set down his glass and replaced a stub of cigar in his thin, flexible mouth. He made an odd figure of a lover. Given a goatee and a high beaver hat, with a Stars and Stripes band. He would have taken first prize at any carnival as Uncle Sam. I registered a sincere prayer that, at Mr. Cluster's age, the tender passion might no longer disturb my peace. Conversation languished, and I stepped down to go. "Good night," I said. "Good night, sir." Nope, that was the wrong voice. "Good night, sir," George called. "Good night," said Cluster, adding as I left the bar, "Beer." Outside, I turned right and walked along to the gardens. I followed the private path beside the little dancing trout stream. "Hi, Mike. How are you? Welcome in. Did you get some dinner?" "There's a kitty. He's sleeping." "That's Phil." Along the parallel public path, on the other bank of the Ouse, Baden took the air. Here were family groups, courting pairs, and isolated strollers. Distinguished strangers taking the waters, and townsfolk to whom the beauty of the enchanted valley was a commonplace. On my left, half hidden by flowers, were many lighted windows on the ground floor of the Regal. In one might be glimpsed an intimate party, in another, some solitary figure unable or disinclined to join the promenaders. "He's so cute, he is. He's my pretty baby boy. He likes to lay in his box while I stream." Okay. Promenaders in a name cheetah. Nah, you're fine, Mike. Okay. Especially since my name is Mike. You can name yourself whatever you want to name yourself online. Be who you want to be. Hey, thank you for the follow, Crow. Enjoy your stay. Okay. Through the trees ahead came on strange. That's not that word. What the hell? Come on, mouth, do the things. On my left, half hidden by flowers. Nope, I said that line already. There we are. Through the trees ahead came odd strains from the dance band in the casino. And now I could see many twinkling fairy lights and detect moving figures. A crescent moon hung in a sky dark and starry as that of Egypt. A delicious sense of coolness was conveyed by the laughing chatter of the tiny stream, and, when a slight breeze stirred, the fragrance of 1,000,000 pines was borne down from the embracing forest. You have 3 days. There are more famous athletes named Matthew. I'm sure there's quite a few. I opened the communicating gate and strolled up to the casino. One of my 3 days was nearing its close. The scene presented great animation and considerable elegance. Smart people from 3 continents were here. A Maharaja, famous for his racing stud, his family jewels, and his generosity to his lady friends, was holding informal court at one table. At another presided a New York hostess whose Park Avenue parties were no less celebrated than the dances she gave on Bretton Street, and to whom Baden came as a rest from Juan Lepin's. Juan Lepin's. There were a fair number of dancers, but very few of them either young or attractive. Madame Berg was not present, and a premonition that I should find her there in the company of the dazzling Mr. Paul which would have accounted for Cluster's solitary beer drinking, was proved to have been misleading. I looked on for a while, but could see no friend or acquaintance anywhere. The nearly ceaseless moaning of the saxophones began to depress me. Oddly, perhaps, I find in the music of this instrument something eerie. It does not stimulate in me a desire to dance or make love. It rather speaks of orgastic. Is that how you say that word? That's a weird word. Orgastic. Okay. It rather speaks of orgiastic rites beneath an African moon. I found myself thinking of George's words. Have you seen the cemetery above the town? It's full of new graves. I left the casino, not by way of the gardens, but by the door opening onto Schillerstrasse. A big car passed, going toward the Regal. Its only occupant stared hard in my direction. If he saw me, recognized me, it was impossible to say. But his expression as he peered out affected me most unpleasantly. It was the Frenchman, Mr. Paul. An apprehension of being hunted formed the main factor in this strange expression, which so deeply impressed me. His was a fugitive look. 3 days. All right, how are we doing? How are we liking it? My voices are a little crazy. It's fine. That was the end of chapter 3. Are we ready to continue with chapter 4? Yes, no, maybe so. You're not ready, you're Dennis. Steep paths, tree-shadowed, led me upward. At one point, I could look down upon many roofs of Baden-Baden, flooded with the blue amber of the moon's rays. At another, I walked through a tunnel, rarely and irregularly patched with dim light. Ere long, the human element, jazz and laughter, was left behind. I approached the frowning buttresses of the forest. I met never a soul from the moment I turned aside off the main road. My right hand rested on the butt of the Colt. Several villas I passed, perched fascinatingly above the paths upon rocky foundations, but in none did any light show. I wondered if this was the road by which M. Paul had come. Hi, baby. You comfy over there? That was a big stretch. Yeah. Once, some time before I reached the long, low wall of the cemetery, I paused to light my pipe. In the act of striking a match, I hesitated and listened. An echo, I told myself. Stock still, I stood for 30 seconds or more. Then I determined that unhealthy memories had been responsible for the idea that someone was following me. Am I gonna lay down, pretty boy? You lay down. You're gonna go. You're blocking the camera, baby. At last, I reached my goal. I could see in the guardian trees a strain of deathless but deathful music pose through an alley titanic of cypress swept eerily across my brain. Beyond a low wall, below me lay the white tenements, pure in moonlight. Some stately as perhaps befitted their occupants, others simple, but of equal dignity. The whole quiet acre was mantled lovingly in those gay flowers which make this valley a poet's garden. By the gate I paused. It was locked, but it offered no barrier to an active man. Are you good, baby? I was on the point of climbing over, for, in this nocturnal expedition, I had a definite plan, when I observed, plainly visible in the moonlight, a cigarette lying at my feet. Perhaps the fact may seem insignificant. Nevertheless, I picked it up. It was a common French caporal, and it had not been lighted. Again, perhaps not extraordinary. Such cigarettes could be bought in the town. I slipped it into the pocket of my dinner jacket. Are you good, bud? Resting my hands on the gate, I was again about to scale it, when a second circumstance arrested me. From high above my head, out of the deep blue, came a rhythmic whirring, not that of a flight of birds, nor that of an airplane propeller, rather the amplified hum of a mosquito. I stood still and stared upward. For a long time I could detect nothing. The sound had ceased abruptly. Then I saw it. Descending with a hawk-like motion was a gigantic bat. Literally, horror froze me to the spot. Yard by yard, the thing swooped down, silently, effortlessly. It had a sort of vague luminosity. The incredibly long body, as well as the extended wings, were of a gleaming purplish-gray color. I can only liken it to that of a meat fly or a common bluebottle. The wingspan, I was prepared to swear, was no less than 4 yards. The legless body of the thing, which, as it descended, resembled less a bat than a monstrous dragonfly, was close upon 6 feet. Somewhere among the tombs it settled. I heard, or thought I heard, a dim, muffled rumbling. I removed my hands from the gate. I had been clutching it grimly. My palms were clammy. Merciful heaven, I whispered. What does it all mean? Oh, okay, so all of that was chapter 1, but chapter 1 has 4 parts. So we're done with chapter 1. I wonder if they're days. Hi, baby. Interesting. Okay. Chapter 2, Madame Berg. Part 1. I cannot pretend to say how long I stood at the gate, nor what were my thoughts as I stood there. Doubtless, after the episode of the disincarnate voice, I was prepared in a degree for things outside the normal. In lieu of supposing myself insane, I do accept as a fact that there are laws, once called supernatural, in the scheme of providence, which are not outside human control. Many of the devices which we are used to nowadays would have earned their inventor the title of magician. Would have earned their inventor the title of magician 200 years ago. Powers ascribed by classic poets to their gods of old come within compass of latter-day science. All myths have some basis in fact. Earlier inquirers simply conserved their knowledge. Today, discoveries are broadcasted. Thus, I suppose, I argued, fighting to defeat a white panic. Did the thing I had just seen conform to any cycle of laws known to me? I listened intently. The breeze had dropped. There was no sound. As the creature had descended, I had seen that it possessed a pair of enormous eyes. But, more horrible, I had not failed to note that its purplish, gleaming body resembled that of a human being, or of a chrysalis encasing one, or of a mummy. Now, the silence confounded me. The stirring of a leaf set my heart leaping. At any moment I expected to hear again a cold, merciless voice calling me by name. Are you okay, baby? What's up? Okay. What do we think it was? Do we have any predictions? No thoughts, no predictions. Nine persons out of 10 would have bolted, nor should I have been the man to blame them. Cue Dennis. That I didn't. I count not a jot or tittle to my credit. Tittle? That's a word. What is that word? What is tittle? Okay, I think it's just an old version of title. I merely knew from experience that to fly from peril of body, mind, or soul is to invite pursuit. Again, grasping the bars of the gate, I sprang up, and climbing over the top, dropped upon the further side. But the first step forward from the gate in that cold moonlight demanded an effort of will I could never forget. The step taken, I proceeded with growing confidence. This is the way of things, but it's a way hard to learn and harder to follow. It's already updated, Mike. Or I suppose I should say Matt. Okay. How many of you listen to audiobooks? How do we think I'm doing? Other than the shit character voices. Because I'm curious. Okay, where were we? Harder to follow. That's where we were. Okay. What I found in the shape of a clue to explain the sight I had seen can be very briefly expressed. I found nothing. At about the spot where I thought that incredible nocturnal thing had alighted, I came upon an ancient mausoleum. 2 cypress-mounted guard, one on either side of the door, and because of their dense shadows, I could not make out to whom the tomb belonged. Not super paying attention, but gee thanks, tennis. So long I've been forgetting I'm actually Matt. Oh, that's fair. It's up to you. But my left fist and my teeth were tightly clenched when I turned my back on those shadows, because I wanted to run. How I wanted to run. Further on, in a view part of the burial ground, what the fuck? Wrong word. Further on, in a new part of the burial ground, I saw a number of new graves, as described by George. They seemed to be, for the most part, those of peasants and members of the working classes. I could not perceive any special significance in the fact that certain inhabitants of Baden-Baden had died recently. People die everywhere. By the time I had completed my tour, courage was slowly returning. My exercise had achieved its objective. Nope, it's just object. My exercise had achieved its object. Courage, unused, becomes flabby even quicker than muscle. No sound had disturbed me, excepting the soft flutter of a startled owl at one point, and the resulting throb in my ears caused by a sudden acceleration of pulse. It was touch and go. My finger trembled on the trigger. The first cold panic was conquered, however, when I reclimbed the gate and found myself once more in the narrow, tree-bordered road. I don't claim that I was entirely my own man, but mainly a great amazement remained. Failing its possession of those gruesome properties ascribed to the vampire by medieval superstition, what had become of the great creature which I had watched alighted among the tombs? In my exploration, and it had been fairly thorough, I had met with no living thing except the owl. I tried to picture it when not on the wing. Did it go on all fours? Did it crawl? Did it walk erect in ghastly parody of humanity? And then, as I turned and set out on my homeward journey to the town, came the crowning terror of the night. I heard footsteps in the cemetery. Nothing in my experience had prepared me for this. The steps, which were light, suggesting a woman's, and leisurely, plainly were those of someone, or of something, coming along the path which led to the gateway. Soon, it would be out in the road behind me. To take to my heels, to run for my life, for sanity, salvation, was the only thing I wanted to do, and I wanted to do it desperately. But I had won one victory, and it was to inquire into just these horrors that I had come to Baden. A rough cart track broke the bushes to the left of the road. I tiptoed along it, turning right, and threw myself prone at the edge of a plum orchard where I could see through the hedge. I was no more than in time. As I reached my lookout, I heard the sound of a grating lock. It was the lock of the cemetery gate. Moonlight flooded that part of the road visible to me. Merciful shadow draped the margin of the orchard. I was afraid to breathe. Despite the warmth of the night, I was cold, with a sort of spiritual coldness. The gate closed. Again, I heard the sound of the lock. Came light footsteps, drawing nearer. I had thought I was prepared for anything, but for that which now appeared, I was not prepared. Gracefully indolent, the flame-colored scarf thrown carelessly over her white shoulders, Madame Berg walked toward me. Part 1 of Chapter 2. Okay. I have the hiccups. Oh no. It's fine, it'll be fine. Okay. Part 2. Watching, all but breathlessly, as she passed my hiding place, my first feeling was one of intense relief. It was almost immediately succeeded, however, by a mood of horrible doubt. Taking all the facts into consideration, what was this woman doing in such a place? At night? Where had she been hidden during my tour of inspection? Above all, why did she hold the cemetery keys? Ghastly theories belonging to the realm of black magic flocked to my brain. Had she been to meet, in Coleridge's words, her demon lover, or was she herself? These ideas were insane. I shook my head free of them. Nope, that's not the word. I shook my mind free of them. When the sound of Madame's footsteps were no longer audible, and I judged that she had passed a bend in the steep road which I remembered, I came out from the sheltering orchard and followed, very slowly. An owl hooted, high up in a tree, but no other sound disturbed the serene night. By a bend in the path where a flight of steps offered a shortcut to the town, there was a seat. Owing to the position of the moon and the screening trees, this seat was mantled in darkness. But as I passed it, intent upon descending the steps, "Good evening, Mr. Woodville," said a voice out of the shadows. I knew the voice. Nor was it unmusical, but its music turned me cold. I stopped dead in my tracks, as though Medusa's head had been thrust in front of me. I twisted about, staring. Madame Berg rose from the seat and came toward me. Conflicting emotions threatened to make me dumb, but I forced a remark. "Why," said I, "this is a surprise. Are you also addicted to lonely rambles?" "I am," she replied simply, walking into the moonlight. She wore a frock of some material which appeared black except where moon rays touched it, when it displayed a serpentine sheen. Dark eyes regarded me somberly. Her slender body was grotesquely, horribly, like the body of that flying thing which had alighted in the cemetery. Or so it seemed to me at that moment. "A taste," I went on, desperately forcing conversation, "which one can't share. Were you returning, or have I broken in on the journey?" "I'm going back," she answered, resting her hand on my arm. "Those steps are so steep." I found myself clenching my teeth. Madame Berg's long, psychic hand looked waxen white in the moonlight, which also lent the narrow, burnished nails an unnatural purple tint. She wore a large emerald, which I had noticed before. Against the black of my sleeve, it gleamed evilly, like the eye of a nocturnal thing. Silently, I cursed myself for a coward and a fool. There must be a rational explanation for her presence in the cemetery that night, and, as if she had read my thoughts, my lonely ramble was not without an object, she said as we went down the steps. It may seem odd, but I had been up to the cemetery on the hill. Her English was faultless, her poise perfect. If my ghastly theories had any foundation in fact, she was a great actress. The pressure of her thin white fingers was intensely vital. Good heavens, very odd at night. Yes, I know it is. We were on a straight high road now, and Madame Berg removed her hand and adjusted the scarf which she wore. But someone lies there, you see, a member of my family, and in the middle of all the gaiety, I suddenly thought of him, and it seemed quite natural to go. Her composure, which made me think of snow on a sleeping volcano, was more exciting than some women's hysteria. It was on the tip of my tongue to ask her if she spoke of a husband, father, brother, when those former uncanny ideas came flooding back to my mind. Was she secretly laughing at me? Had she seen me from the first? Had she waited there, knowing I must presently come that way? And why did she hold the keys of the cemetery gate? So my thoughts ran, wildly, feverishly. The night was perfect, lacking those treacherous chills of the Riviera, and reminding one of nights in the Canary Islands. She had a manner of walking which must have marked her anywhere. She seemed to glide along beside me. There was a deep note in her voice, strangely like sincerity, and indeed she was undeniably a very charming companion. Presently we were among the trees of Lichtenthaler Alley, the little stream bubbling beside us, lights dancing over the water from the hotels and the casino. We walked across the Regal, and there on the steps stood Mr. Cluster. Oh dear, Madame whispered to me. There was a party tonight, and I had promised to go. Then, as we came up, I had such a dreadful headache, and I hoped that the night air would cure it. Mr. Woodville found me wandering. Cured? Said Cluster. Quite, Madame replied, and an amused smile, which softened the line of her thin lips, was oddly fascinating. Sleep well, Neff. Thanks for the lurk. I saw white, glittering teeth against the blood red of her mouth, and I remembered. Here's the French boyfriend, remarked Cluster. Now we're all set. Mr. Paul came bounding down the steps. Bounding is the only word to describe his animated approach. My dear Madame Berg, he exclaimed, grasped both her hands. Ah, but I have been inconsolable. So also, he turned to the American, has poor Mr. Cluster. We have cried together, Mr. Woodville. He now included me in his oration, until the bar has nearly run dry. Then he laughed, and we all laughed with him, Cluster excepted, for he was indeed a joyous creature. Very true, said Cluster. Suppose we start. He nodded to me. I wish you good night, sir. The others have also bidden me good night. The party set out, Mr. Paul waving farewell in his gay fashion. I recalled that Mr. Paul, who had passed me earlier in the evening, had been far from gay. Ooh. How we feel about the book? Thoughts, opinions? Ooh. It's CB, good. Okay, we've got part 3, and then that's probably gonna be put us about time to read out. Are we enjoying the book so far? Yeah, okay. Part 3. Oop, gotta go right here. Here was the first copy-worthy material which had come to my hand. But how could I use it? To send a 1,000-word report to the Daily World covering my visit to the cemetery and my sight of a giant bat was simple enough, and good copy, if editor or readers could believe it. But where the story touched upon Madame Berg, I must perforce be silent. There is a law of libel in England. Furthermore, I did not know who Madame Berg was. A medieval observer would have declared unconditionally that she was a vampire, and that Cluster and Paul were her present victims. I placed the caporal? That's a word. Sterling voice reading the book sounds good. Good. Caporal. Okay, well that was a big AI thing. Okay. As in, no, it's spelled Caporal. Sounds like it might be French for corporal. Yeah, corporal doesn't really make sense with the context either. I placed the caporal picked up at the cemetery gate. Oh, it's the cigarette. In a drawer of my table. I sat staring at a blank writing block, and, consulting my wristwatch, I noted that nearly 20 hours had passed since I had received the first warning. What were the links between that inexplicable happening and later events? Why should I obey the warning? And what would result if I ignored it? The unknown dangers of my commission became painfully apparent. Dispatches were out of the question. A considered account, after I had left the Black Forest, was the only possible course. I drafted a telegram, copied it on one of the forms provided in my apartment, and personally took it to the hall porter's desk for dispatch. Equipped with 2 bottles of beer for an hour and a half, perhaps 2 hours, I wrote. The dance band at the casino had stopped. I had not noted the fact consciously. I only realized it when I had finished. My notes brought up to date, I looked at the time. 1:30. Of the first of my 3 days, only an hour and a half remained. My quarters in the Regal consisted of a long alcove on the ground floor. There was a balcony overlooking the gardens on which I usually took breakfast. Sun shutters, with narrow oblique slats, closed the center opening. The outer room, in which were writing table, telephone, and other appurtenances, was divided from the bedroom only by a heavy curtain, which, during the day, was open. In my case, it was open at night as well. I like fresh air. For the same reason I had hitherto raised the shutters before turning in, not wholly, but partly. They were religiously closed by the chambermaid some time after dusk to exclude nocturnal insects. Tonight I left them closed. Whilst I searched every foot of the apartment and also the adjoining bathroom, my tour of inspection was completed within a few minutes of 2 o'clock. 1 hour. As my investigations will have indicated, I had a theory touching the voice. If it challenged me again, as I half expected, I proposed to test this theory. Having had little more than 2 hours rest in the past 24, I was desperately sleepy. Nevertheless, until 3 a.m. had come and gone, further sleep was out of the question. I mixed a stiff peg of whiskey, lighted my pipe, and settled down in an armchair with Stevenson's Treasure Island. I knew whole passages by heart, but 5 minutes in the company of Long John Silver unfailingly brings the tang of the sea to my nostrils. Here you comes and tells me of it plain. You're a lad, you are, but you're as smart as paint. The silence had grown so deep when at last I took leave of the Hispaniola and glanced at my wristwatch that the song of a tiny stream beyond my windows was magnified to that of a considerable torrent. Twice I had heard regular footsteps on the gravel path outside. A night watchman, I had concluded, but no other sound had disturbed me. Laying my book down, I stood up. My pipe had burned out. 5 minutes to 3. I crossed the room, went into the lobby, and opened my outer door. Beyond lay a sort of inner hallway, corridors branching off from it. It was empty. A lamp stood on the floor clerk's table and afforded the only light. Going over to this table, I stooped to the lamp and fixed my eyes on the minute finger of my watch as it crept to the hour. 3 o'clock. Brian Woodville, said the voice. My heart was not beating quite normally, but this time I was certainly prepared for the phenomenon, and I had learned something. The voice was not connected with any hidden apparatus in my rooms. It had spoken at my elbow. I crossed to the glazed swing door and went several paces along a passage leading to deserted service quarters. Brian Woodville, the voice, had followed me. Teeth hard clenched, I returned to the open door of my apartment, and just as I gained it, Brian Woodville, those measured tones continued. You have 2 days. This is the second warning. You have 2 days. It's the end of chapter 2. How are we feeling about it? Thoughts, opinions? Oh, I gotta pee. I'm finding it interesting so far. Some of the words are a little difficult, but I think it's going well. We finished chapter 2. actually read Treasure Island either. That's gonna be public domain, doesn't it? If this one is. And that one was published before this one, right? It's gotta be. Hopefully some of you managed to fall asleep. We'll be reading out here in a few minutes. I will for sure be back Friday, probably with some Diablo 4. Yeah, we're gonna continue the Firewall Sorcerer. Disney reset the copyright date with their movie. Ooh, I don't know. I don't think that's how that works. Because like they can't reset the book copyright, I don't think. We can look at that. Out in the public domain. Yes. So the book is in the public domain, but that doesn't mean the movie is. Right? So we should be good to do that one too if we wanted. Alright. Well, it doesn't look like anybody's doing ASMR that I would like to read this evening. I will for sure be back Friday with Diablo 4. We might just cut it a little early because I gotta pee. Thanks for coming, everybody. No raid message because we're just gonna go to that fireplace thing. So anybody who's sleeping can continue sleeping. It's fine. It'll happen. Here's the socials if you'd like to follow me anywhere else. Here's the merch if you would like to get something. Here's the round if you would like to spoil me with anything. Okay, we are gonna go right about a fireplace. Nice little crackling fire. ASMR vibes. That way we don't get anything loud or obnoxious to wake you up. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna raid. Thank you for coming. We will continue the book. I don't know if next week or if it'll be the week after because I want to try and disperse some Minecraft in here. But we can put your thoughts in Discord. Let me know. If we want to just keep doing the book, we can. That is totally okay and doable. Okay, guys. Gonna start the rain. Thank you for coming. I'll see you on the Discord. I'll see you Friday. Okay. Get some food. Get some water. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.